how it can make them easier to maintain and refresh 2 years down the line, all that sort of thing. That's the sort of thing that we were talking about earlier with BT's Including You site, and that I've been involved with for the last 10 years. But actually, I'm not going to talk about that. I've been asked to come and just talk from a personal point of view about technology and the good it's done for me and that it's doing for other people as well. Now, the main problem isn't with technology. The main problem is with people's imagination and the fact that they find it really difficult to imagine someone with a disability effectively using a computer, for example, in the workplace, or imagining that they are fully able to use the full range of technologies at home or in education, etc. And so I could demonstrate how I would use a computer, but I'm actually going to go one step further, and I'm going to show how I would use a mobile phone, a smartphone, which doesn't have a keyboard at all. So I can't use a mouse, not being able to see, so I would normally use a computer from the keyboard and use speech output software. But what I'm going to show you on a phone that's a purely touchscreen device is...
Slide to unlock. Slide.
People can hear this.
Dictation. This is...
So basically, I could use the on-screen keyboard, and there's one here.
S, B, S, F, W. This is a demonstration of voice recognition.
So, I'll slow that down a bit.
Edit. Word, characters, speech rate, 40%, 35%.
Okay. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to dictate some text because, you know, this is the 21st century and we should be able to use things in a really productive way. And so, if I can find...
Button.
So,
record, button.
So if I record, this is a demonstration of voice recognition on a smartphone. #T4G. So let's see how it's done.
This is a demonstration of voice recognition on a smartphone 4GW.
Okay, so it's done pretty well. I don't know if you can hear that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweet this.
Keyboard, record, menu, button.
So if I go into the menu.
SMS, button.
So I could send this as a text message.
Email, button.
I could send it as an email.
Copy, button.
I could copy it to the clipboard.
Facebook, button.
I could update my Facebook status.
Twitter, button.
But I'm going to tweet it. So hopefully we've got a signal and that will be winging its way. So if people are following that hashtag...
Set, tap and dictate, button.
So let me know if that's come out okay. So that's one example of the power of technology, and this really is empowering people's lives and doing an awful lot of good for people in the home, in education and in the workplace. I'd like to show you, for example,
App switcher, home lobby, Safari.
Going into a browser.
Safari, skip to content, in page.
And this is our web page up here, and I can move down through the page.
Form table, list, landmark, visited links, buttons, text fields, images, blank, speech, characters.
By a different...
Words, lines, headings.
Let's do by headings. So if I flick down now.
Adapting technology, changing lives. Heading left, starting a business for deaf and disabled entrepreneurs. Heading level 2.
So this is just moving down through the home page on our website.
Midras Workplace Disability Management. Heading AbilityNet Accreditation. Heading level, announcing the AbilityNet DSA Assessment Centre. Heading level 2, link.
Or I could flick to the right.
DSA Catalogo, image. The brand new AbilityNet DSA is...
Just stop it talking there. So I can move through an item at a time, through headings at a time, jumping through buttons, etc., visited links, unvisited links. It's an extremely powerful way of operating. No keyboard, no screen. Don't you can see from the screen. There's no need to have the screen switched on because that would just waste battery life. So I've got mine off.
App switcher, home lobby.
And finally, just to give you an idea and to help you, further expand this imagination that hopefully is, has been expanded slightly so far. But what on an iPhone or a smartphone of any kind might you think that a blind person would never use? Well, it's probably the camera. But then again, I use the camera all the time for a number of different activities. One is doing, taking the paperwork that I still have to deal with in my office. It's not quite a paperless office yet. And I can take a picture of that page and it will recognise those characters and then it will speak that text back to me. So I think that's really powerful. I also do a lot of Skype video conferencing, so I don't have to battle with public transport, etc., to go to meetings, and that goes down really well as well. But probably even more powerfully, I can use the iPhone's camera. This is a free app called Omobi, And it basically allows you to take a picture of anything. And if you think about how many items a blind person has to deal with, perhaps they're living on their own, perhaps they haven't got some eyes to hand all the time. And there are hundreds of items in their house, like food packaging, tins, CDs, DVDs, etc., that they, you know, what are they? They're all very indistinguishable. But an app like this...
Take picture, 1 of 1.
So I can take a picture here by clicking this link. And it would basically take a picture, and if there was a barcode there, then it would tell me what that product was. If there's no barcode there, if you get the wrong side of the cereal packet, for example, then it goes away and it looks on the cloud for images of, you know, Kellogg's cornflakes, 750 grams, and it will come back with that information. And even, it goes one step further, this application. So if I take a picture...
Selected. Take picture, 1 of 1.
So I've taken a picture there. Now what Omobi does...
Uploading.
Is uploading the picture. It goes away, and if it can't find a barcode, and I'm hoping that nobody in the audience has got a really stripy shirt on or anything, then it's going to come back negative. But what it does, well, it won't come back, because what it does then is it crowdsources. So it will go out to people, I don't know who they are, but they're very prompt, and they come back, and that crowd will come back, and they will come back saying, probably crowd. They might say even something quite specific, like slightly bewildered looking. So that's extremely powerful technology. And I hope you agree that, you know, the smartphone that you keep in your pocket and that disabled people can now take advantage of to the full is a very empowering and a force for good. Now, I have accessibility and accessible technology to thank for all through my career. For the last 20 years, we've worked with Microsoft, and the accessibility of Windows and Microsoft Office products, etc., which are used in every single office workplace, the accessibility of those has meant that I can have a job and that I can, you know, be in work, which is everything. If you know, I'm sure you'd agree. If you can work, then, you know, to be able to overcome the barriers that you might have is absolutely fantastic. And you know, if I didn't work for AbilityNet, or if I hadn't been able to be employable because of the accessibility and the good that technology that's accessible can produce, then, you know, who knows, maybe I would be a very different person. I wouldn't have been in the area of the country that I currently live in if I hadn't got a job with AbilityNet, and I wouldn't have met my wife, and I wouldn't have the children that I have. So, arguably, I owe everything that I have to